Does the idea of being at home with your little one fill you with dread, especially the thought of being stuck indoors? Yeah, it's not surprising because it can be a really long day if you're at home with a little one. So watch this video. I've got lots of tips to share with you, and I've also got 2 free downloads at the end, so keep a lookout for those. Hi, I'm Claire. I'm the founder of playHOORAY, and I'm an early years specialist. I'm here to help you entertain your little ones at home with some really simple play ideas that will also support their development and their learning too. So to get started with today's video, following on for all that we've been seeing in the media at the moment about coronavirus, I know lots of schools are already closing across the world. So you may find yourself at home with a little one, or it might just be one of those that you're waiting in for the boiler man to come round. And of course then he doesn't show up. But it can be a long day if you're stuck indoors with little ones. It makes you realise what a long day it is. And you can sit and be playing with them and feel like time is almost going backwards, can't you? So I've come on today to help you with lots of ideas. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel because I share weekly videos with tips and tricks and even sometimes some free downloads too to help you out at home. So let's get stuck into my 5 tips for breaking up a long day stuck indoors with babies and young children. Okay, so the first one is creating a theme. So thinking about your child's interest, something that maybe sparks their attention. It might be a butterfly flying in through the window. It might be the puddles on the floor. We know that our young children can be interested and want to explore and find out more about the simplest things in life. It might be just something that they've noticed, or it might be an event that happens. Failing that, if there's nothing going on at the minute, it might be from a book. How many times have you read a book and they've maybe wanted to follow up and do something that's been from the back? Or it even might be a TV programme. I know the other day we were watching good old Peppa Pig with my little boy, and she was making fairy castles with boxes and things, and they even got out the glitter. And so, of course, it inspired him, and he wanted to have a go at making a fairy castle with the glitter. So quite often we can find that simple things like that can inspire our child's play. And by following that, it can actually really help us and be quite motivating for us, particularly when we're setting up play activities. So say if we're going with the butterfly theme, it might help you to think of, oh, do you know what, we've got these certain toys that we can use. I know that we've got a book about this on the bookshelf and we can get that out. Maybe we can bring butterflies into our cooking, into our painting, into our Play-Doh. It can unite and bring together all your different activities. So sometimes by having a simple theme like an animal, like good old Peppa Pig, or it might be colours, shapes, space, any old theme like that can make your play much more interesting for your child and also a bit more motivating for you as well. The second tip that I've got for you is that you can take your inspiration from anywhere. So like I said, any sort of topic of conversation that's coming up, something that maybe your child is asking about, or your child may have a keen interest. My little boy, anyone that's been following me for a while will know that he loves vehicles. Anything to do with vehicles is a win for him. So see if you can build your activities around those themes because they're more likely to want to engage and play and stick with it. And like I said, don't be stuck. If you're ever stuck, go and grab a book. It really is that simple, but you can find ideas, and it might even be your child that comes up with the idea as well. So you can get your inspiration from anywhere and that's around you. And at this point, I'd like to invite you to come and join our Facebook playHOORAY community group, where we've got lots of fellow parents, carers and educators with babies and young children at home sharing what they're doing, because that is a fantastic place for you to find inspiration using good old items around the house and doing some really simple activities. And it's nice to see what other parents are up to too. So you might get some inspiration from there. Please follow the link that I put below in the description. Okay, so tip number 3 is think about the activities that you're setting up for your child. We want those quick ones, don't we? We want something really quick that you can flick the kettle on, grab the things, chuck them out and get the kids playing. And they may last for a period of time. But there's also other activities, maybe those are maybe take a little bit longer for you to set up, and we're still talking a handful of minutes. But it's worth investing your time and energy because they're the kind of activities that children are going to return to time and time again. So if it's looking like you're going to be stuck in the house for a good week or so, then you need something that your child is going to be able to return to, extend their play, follow their ideas and all that sort of things. And so for this, I always recommend some sort of role play or pretend play. So you might want a little shop or a little cafe. Might take up a little bit more time for you to set up, but once you do that and you show your child how to play with it, it's more than likely you could leave that out for a week or 2 weeks or maybe even longer. If you find though that you set something up like that and it's not really getting much interest, maybe have a little play and swap it around a little bit. You set up a shop, a food shop, and they're not that bothered, swap the food for some soft toys and make it a pet shop. Or get all the shoes out of the cupboard and make it into a shoe shop. Sometimes it could be something as simple as that that just sparks their imagination and helps them to engage a lot more. So role play, small world play with little animals, little vehicles, things like that, sensory boxes, those kind of things that you know your child can return to time and time again when they're in different moods, able to concentrate for different times and play with it and extend their play for long periods of time. And like I said, you want something out that can last for at least a week or so that they can keep returning to, and you will manage to get your sit down with a hot cup of tea. Okay, now number 4. We're thinking about always having something up your sleeve. I think it's the Scouts, isn't it, that say be prepared, and it really is worth it. It doesn't have to be a whole long list of things, it's just always having something in the back of your mind when your child's playing, because we know our children, particularly young children, have very short attention spans. That's just the way that they are, and I have done videos in the past about supporting them to extend their attention. I'm not going to go into that now. But while thinking about that, you want to, as they're playing, as they're getting engrossed in something, just bear in mind it's not going to last for the rest of the day. So in that case, you need something up your sleeve. You need to be thinking, all right, after this, what's next? It might be snack time, it might be story time, it might be a little bit of time with the TV, something like that. But just always thinking, what's going to be after this? What else have I got? What's my next trick? Because we know that as soon as the kids start to get bored, maybe a bit whiny, it can feel a little bit stressful for you, and that's the last thing we want, particularly if you've got a long day ahead. So always be thinking about what's next, what's our next activity, and it can be really useful. So maybe going down the playHOORAY feed on Instagram and Facebook, saving some of those ideas. I've got lots of quick ideas, maybe saving some of those, maybe printing off some of the downloads that I'm going to give you today, having them stuck in the fridge and just having those in the back of your mind for once the kids have finished playing, what you're going to move on to next. Okay, and then finally, my 5th tip for filling a whole day at home, indoors with the little one, is novelty. We want to go for the novelty factor, because sometimes when children think that something is new, they find it really exciting and really inviting to want to play. And it could be really simple, and it doesn't mean buying new toys, let me assure you. So we're thinking about playing somewhere new, maybe playing somewhere that they've never played before. And this could be really simple and done with any old toys that they normally play with. Maybe somewhere like under the dining room table, move all the chairs out, let them play under the table. You know, wow, the novelty of playing under the table. Never played here before, how exciting. It could be playing somewhere random, like in the hallway, where they maybe wouldn't normally play. In the sink, filling the sink with water and putting their toys in there. In an empty bath or an empty shower tray without any water and just putting their usual toys in there. What about your bed? Letting them go and play in your bed with their toys. It doesn't matter where, it's just thinking about somewhere new, where have we never played before. Pull the sofa out from away from the wall and let them play behind the sofa. Something new can work really well. And it's same for their toys as well. If you've got those toys that are starting to, maybe they're a bit old and they're just getting bored and they start walking past them without even noticing them, and you want to add a lease of life, is move the toys. If you've got indoor toys, take them out. If you've got outdoor toys, bring them in. The novelty of that sometimes can be really exciting. Seeing their outdoor diggers inside for some reason, you know, put them on a tray, put them on a plastic tablecloth, it's absolutely fine. Or it might be the doll's house they've got in their bedroom that they've not played with for ages that ends up just collecting dust. Bring it downstairs, move it downstairs, put it in the lounge or somewhere where they might play. Your play kitchen, not touched it for ages. Stick it upstairs in their bedroom, stick it upstairs somewhere different for them to play with. Sometimes just by moving things around, taking something off the shelf and putting it on the floor can spark their imagination and refresh those old toys that they sort of get bored with. It's just almost like bringing it back to their attention, and that's a great way of doing it without needing to spend any money on toys, particularly if you're stuck indoors and not able to leave the house anyway. So they were my 5 top tips for surviving a full day at home indoors with little ones, because we all know it can be a really long day. It's about breaking it up, breaking the day up into chunks, and just chatting and communicating with your children and not getting too stressed. And if you can get in fresh air, we all know that fresh air is not only great for our children but great for us too. No matter how tired we're feeling, we can all feel a little bit better with just getting some fresh air, whether it's playing outside, a walk outdoors, whatever it might be. So I did promise you, didn't I, that I would have 2 free downloads when you get to the end of this video. So if you follow the link below, it will take you, and all you've got to do is press a button, you can download it. And the idea is you can keep these on your phone so you can refer back to them, maybe if you are in the shops and want to buy some bits and pieces, or print them out and stick them to your fridge. So like I said, you've always got that next trick up your sleeve. So the first download is 25 easy indoor activities, lots of things that I've mentioned today, plus loads more, a little tick list that might just spark an idea, or it might just give you an idea for something similar or something different. Whatever it is, print it out and stick it to your fridge. And the other one, something that I know lots of people have been asking me for, is the resource list. People like to know the kind of resources to buy or start collecting. Now, you know I'm a big fan of not encouraging you to go out and buy new things, because we all have a house full of toys already. So I'm really keen for you to use what you've already got, and especially items like the things that you're throwing out in the recycling anyway, or using toys in different ways. So download the resource list, keep it on your phone, and then you can always have a look and see if there are any bits and pieces you want to pick up next time you're in the supermarket and the pound shop and you want to throw in your basket, and you might just find that helpful. So click the link below and you'll be able to get those from the website. Absolutely fine. And while you're there, feel free to have a little browse of our play prompts, our activity cards available in the shop. We've got over 30 packs now in the range, catering for all different ages and lots of different types of play too. So have a little look. I bet you could find a pack of these. Again, loads of really easy activities using items from around the house that you can set up, flick the kettle on, set it up for the kids. You get to sit back and have a hot cup of tea while you watch the kids playing and being entertained, and also it's all really good for their development and all their learning too, which is an added bonus, isn't it? Well, thank you very much for watching today, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Do comment below if you found this helpful, if you've got any ideas that you'd like to share of how you cope with a full day at home with your little ones. Don't forget to come and find us on Facebook and Instagram, play.HOORAY, where I am there sharing daily videos and activity ideas that you can copy and use at home to entertain your little ones. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.